2024 ISE, Cal Expo. Been going around, catching up with people. I caught up with Billy Egan a minute ago. I'm just caught up with Mark Lassagne. You've known Mark for 17 years. If you don't know, Mark, who's an Akuma Pro, started off making a calendar.
Calendar, yeah.
It was a tournament calendar. I remember getting it, right? It was a tournament. It was actually a calendar, and there was photos of pros and boats and all kinds of stuff on that calendar when you started it. And it basically put all the tournaments on one easy-to-read calendar way before social media, way before
the internet,
way before Google calendars, before the internet, right? That's where he started. That's where the media juggernaut that now has turned into Bass Angler magazine, right?
Right.
That is distributed across the nation. And I actually think you're a little bit loose. He actually is starting a tournament trail this year. He's doing pro-ams.
Doing pro-am.
And he's doing a pro tour.
And kayak tournaments.
Oh, and kayak tournaments.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your history first. Like, let's start with the calendar and the magazine. Where'd that come from?
You know, the calendar is that I love to fish, right? I started fishing and I got into bass fishing just head over heels, crazy over it. And being an entrepreneur that I am, I'm thinking, how can I make some money so I can go fishing, right?
Because you were running a auto shop.
I had an auto repair shop.
Okay.
You know, and auto repair shop's good sometimes, not so good other times. But, you know, fishing sometimes takes a little money. You got to buy a boat and a truck and all this stuff and fish and entry fees and gas and, you know, and calendar worked. And I started getting little ads on the calendar. Then we started putting articles in it.
Okay.
Then the calendar got bigger and it turned into a magazine with a calendar.
And I remember the magazine's high quality.
Yeah. And then, so then I figured, you know, to really set this thing apart, let's do it nationwide. So bring us up to now. Now we're in about 3,000 newsstands. We have a 100-page glossy magazine, perfect bound, full of great stories from, you know, guys like yourself, Bryant Smith, a lot of the elite pros. We can really get down to that nitty-gritty of how to catch fish, different times of year, using different techniques, all kinds of things that really will help guys catch more fish. I mean, that's our goal to this.
So something that I didn't realize until this year, okay? I always enjoyed getting a magazine. And again, before the internet, magazine was king. And it's still a great feeling magazine. There's great articles in it. But something that I didn't realize that you possessed is, you know, your media reach, your social media reach is truly astronomical. I mean, I've never had to pay attention to it, right? But I just saw a media deck that says that you have over 100,000 subscribers on Facebook.
Right.
And that I actually don't believe this number, that you actually regularly touch 1 to 1.2 million people a month?
Yeah.
I mean, is that real?
It's real. See if I can pull this up. The signal's slow in here, but
okay.
So we have 103,000. I looked today. 103,000 followers. The internet's not so good in
so
here.
That's grown, but that's grown because I think I looked in the summer and you had like 97 or 95,000, right?
Yeah. So we've been working since we started the trail. A lot of people have jumped on. You know, a lot of people are coming in, and we're coming up with a lot more engaging content. You know, before the social media was to promote the magazine and promote basically news things in the bass world. But now we're doing a lot of tournament stuff, and we're really, really getting out there. Got a lot more engaging content. So we have a lot of people, and there's hecklers behind us. But, you know, we're really working on engaging content. We've been getting around 1 million to 2 million, sometimes 2 million when we have some really engaging content on Facebook. And then on Instagram, we're getting a couple 100,000 a month. This is every 28 days. So we're getting, there's a lot of people out there. Almost 1.5 million people a month.
That's amazing. So give us a quick overview, you know, of what the Pro-Am, you know, format is, you know, what lakes you're going to, and then we'll jump into Pro Tour and kayak.
Yeah, we have an amazing Pro-Am schedule. We're going to Shasta the end of February.
Okay.
They're going to bite. Co-anglers, pros, everybody's going to catch them. And then we go to Orville in the middle of March. Jerkbait, crankbait. You know, if you don't feel like doing that, you can throw a worm and you can catch them all day long. And then we go to the Delta, right? And there's going to be big giant
That's in
ones.
April.
That's in April.
Yep.
There's going to be some big giant ones. There's probably going to be a 10-pounder caught, I imagine. That's going to be really good.
Okay.
Then from there, we run up the Columbia River, smallmouth fishing. We're in the Boardman pool.
That's
pool,
the better pool anyways.
That pool is so much
for
fun.
fishing.
I always lock down, and I always go to that pool, and I won't say I always get a check, but most of the time when I go there, I'm cashing a check, locking through and getting down to that pool. I mean, I catch smallmouth in this much water on a chatterbait. It's so much fun. And then we come back in October, we go to Clear Lake. The bite is going to be off the hook.
I can't wait for that one.
It's going to be 20, 25-pound bags.
Yeah.
Probably one of those deals that you catch 18 or 19 pounds and they go, yeah, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then the championship?
Championship is at Lake Berryessa, or the championship for the Pro-Am is at Lake Berryessa.
Now you're doing something that hasn't been done in a long time, right?
Many, many years.
Right, because before, I used to remember fishing championships like One Bass and West Coast Bass and all that stuff, where you actually qualified. They qualified a smaller field, and there was no entry fee.
Right.
You're bringing that back.
I am. You know, we've both been fishing all these tours for a long time, and when they take 75 or 100 boats for a championship, for me, that's not a championship. I feel like if I didn't make it, I'm a complete failure for that year. Right?
Yeah, you don't deserve to be there.
Or, I mean, I won't say a complete failure because...
Well, that's your standard. That's your standard.
It happens, you know, but it's like I had a really bad year if I didn't make it.
Right.
So I want it to be, if you have a really good year, now you're making it to the championship.
Okay.
So our championship is, we're going to take 25 anglers, right about, it may adjust a little bit depending on boat count.
Yeah.
And then everybody.
And then the winners. You're taking the winners also, right? Is it win and you're in also?
Win and you're in.
Okay.
So we're going to take the top 5 events, win and you're in, the top 20 in AOY points.
25 total.
25 total.
Okay.
Everybody's getting a check. Everybody is walking home with a paycheck.
So you qualify for the championship, top 20 in points, one
5.
winner from each
Yes.
the 5 regionals. Those 25 people go to the championship. You show up at the championship, whether you finish 25th or first, you're getting a check from
You're
BAM.
getting a check. Yep. You're at least
Okay.
going to cover
All
your
right.
expenses for getting there. So,
Okay. Kayak.
So kind of the same model. I think our entry fee is $155.
Okay.
So we're doing all of our events are 85% payback. So we're
Okay.
doing a great payback. No entry fee championship for the kayak guys. We're giving them. We didn't talk about Angler of the Year, so we should talk about that
Okay.
too. So we got that no entry fee championship where everybody gets paid for that. So the kayak series is going to be really great. Michael Bray's running that.
I love Bray.
Yep. We
I love
also have Angler of the Year where. That's going to vary. So we're taking a little piece out of everybody's entry and we're putting it in an Angler of the Year pot.
Based on, let's say, 100 boats throughout the year, around what can the Angler year expect in a prize package?
I think it's going to be at 5,000 or more.
Okay. All right. So plenty enough to pay entry fees for the following season if they choose to.
So we will cover the Angler of the Year is going to cover the entry fees for the next year.
Okay.
And then whatever monies were left over,
surplus.
they get a check.
Okay. All right.
And we're going to do something that some other circuits don't do, is that Angler of the Year, we're not just taking that money out and putting that angler in. We're paying that angler's entry
Yeah, the money
fees.
is going to be in there.
The money is going to be in there.
So it's going to be in there.
If we have 100 boats and one of those is the Angler of the Year,
you're paying on 100, not 99.
Paying on 100 and not 99.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So we're just a straight up
former Marine.
Transparent.
Did I add that? Former Marine also, right? Basically entrepreneur. Okay, so kayak running pretty much the same format, you said?
Running the same format.
Okay.
So what we're going to do at the Pro-Am, so we're bringing a film crew to our Pro-Ams and our Pro Tour events. Okay, the film crew at the Pro-Am, we're going to do a lot of shorts, on the water coverage, We're going to cover anglers.
A lot of media.
A lot of angler tips
Okay.
and things like that. We're going to do that same thing at the Pro Tour, but at the Pro Tour, we're going to do a 1-hour show, right? And we're going to do a 1-hour TV show streaming on Outdoor Action TV,
Okay.
up on YouTube. I mean, our YouTube is doing pretty well. We have 900,000 downloads on our YouTube.
Okay.
Getting 20,000 customers a month looking at our YouTube channel, and we haven't even started to build it.
Right.
So
right. We haven't even driven the tournament content
We've
in there
already
yet.
built it up, and once the tournaments start coming in, that's going to really explode.
Okay. Let's wrap it up with Pro Tour.
Okay.
Okay. So you raised this high level. You're making us travel around. What is? I guess what are you looking at your benchmark for this year, and then what do you want to build it to? I mean, what's your vision? I guess, because you've talked about the format and things enough. But like kind of getting into what's your vision with Pro Tour?
My vision is kind of like how Ray Scott started and then built his. Is that I'm interested in building bass fishing on the West Coast, primarily on the West Coast.
And when you say building, what do you mean building?
I'm talking about getting more anglers involved in bass fishing, right?
Okay.
And then taking our anglers, our Pro Tour anglers, and building them up to where they become a household name, and guys on the street know who you are. They go, "Oh, you're that guy. Yeah, I saw you on TV.
I saw you in the magazine. I saw you on this. I saw you there."
And the kids are like, "Hey, can I get their autograph?"
Yeah.
So
that happened at Arlington.
Yeah.
Last year when we were there.
So I mean, and that not only it makes me feel good, it makes you feel good, and we're helping build the community. We get more people bass fishing. We sell more bass boats. We sell more fishing rods, more fishing line, everything. Everybody's happy, and and it's just such a great sport. I mean, get the kids off the computer, get them off the streets,
Right.
Get them out in a boat, get them fishing, get them on the dock. Let's catch some fish and have a good time.
So not overly focused on just running a fishing tournament, right? We got to run the fishing tournament, but broadly, your expertise and your strength is in media. And that's what you want to do. You want to help me basically build my brand, right, to where I can either continue being paid by partners or obtain new partners through that media.
Exactly. And yep, like we talked about building up the anglers and doing that through media. Also, we are going to help the anglers. So I'm working on media decks and things, promotional things that these anglers can use to take to these companies, because a lot of these anglers, they don't know how or what to do. So we've both been pretty well versed at sponsors and done I think a good job, especially for the West Coast, where we can help a lot of these guys. I know you're helping some guys, and I'm helping some guys. So that's one of the goals, is to help these guys, help them, help themselves. Build the tour, build bass fishing, build everything up, and and we're all really going to have a good time.
Okay, last thing. If they want to find out more about you, if they want to find out more about the trail, and they just live under a rock, where do they go to find you?
Well, you can do Google Mark Lassagne fishing.
Okay.
Or it's spelled like lasagna. So if you type in Mark Lassagne fishing, I'm sure you'll probably get 20,000 hits on that.
All right.
Or bamtrail.com. That's real easy. BAMTRAIL.com. We got all our stuff on there, and that links back to Bass Angler Magazine. So either way, or
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff, right?
All of that. Bass Angler Magazine on Facebook, or any one of our 3,000 stores that carry Bass Angler Magazine. So we're pretty easy to find. We got great resources, and we'd love to see you out there. We want to see some of you guys out there at the Pro-Ams. Come on out and let's fish.
All right, closing it up, 2024 ISC. Again, it was Mark Lassagne, Bass Angler Magazine, Bass Angler Tournament Trail. Look them up, check it out. We're here till Sunday. Tune back in.
Bam!